Number 7. So because I had a lot of out of town guests, they needed to stay somewhere. And with our wedding, Ben and I decided, because they already had to drive, we decided to pay for the hotels for all my family members. So we knew there was going to be a lot of people, and I called around the best hotel rate I can get for those 2 days. Just call around different hotels and say, I need this X amount of rooms. What can you offer me? And for these dates, and you'll get something pretty good because every hotel wants your business. Okay, so number 8. I want to say, keep in mind of the bridal party budget. Your bridal party, they are already spending money on your bachelorette party and your bridal shower. And for the groom, they have a bachelor party. So, they have to use their own pocket money to pay for these activities that you guys are going to do to celebrate your own wedding. And yes, people say, oh, it's your wedding, do whatever you want. I wanted to just keep in mind of people's budgets. So we decided to pay for their for the bridal party. We paid hair and makeup, and then the dresses they had to pay themselves. I let them choose whichever style they want. I just gave them the color palette that they could use and to choose from. So that worked out, and then I also gave them a gift as well on the wedding day. And then for our groomsmen, we paid for their suits, the suit rentals. We decided to rent because the groomsmen just had different body shapes and sizes. So it was best to just go that route. Some would prefer a slim fit, but others didn't really. They just want the standard suit. So it was because of that we decided to go with the rentals. So we paid for the rentals, and we gave them socks and a tie clip. So just keep in mind of how much your bridal party is spending for you too, because it can be a burden for them, right? So you want everybody to be happy. So just help them cut their costs as well. Number 9, delegate duties. Don't feel bad to delegate duties, because on that day there is no way you can be everywhere. So my tip is to pick a couple or a friend, right, and give them only one task to do. Don't burden them with too many tasks. Don't tell them to set up the cake and then go set up the candy bar, and then it's just too much for some people, and it would stress them out as well. So only give one task to one friend or one group or a couple, so if that is manageable. Okay, so don't stress your friends. Okay, number 10, not too big of a time gap between the ceremony and reception. So I found this quite important, but of course every venue is different and it depends on the availability of your venue. I found that when you keep the ceremony and the reception time frame, that gap to a minimum is much better. So our ceremony started at 3:30, and it was later in the afternoon, and then dinner was around 6. So and then we took our photos before. We started around 11 a.m. So we did the first look, and we took photos, and we got that all out of the way. When you have a big gap, your guests, their age range differs, right? But most people, when there's an odd time, they don't know what to do. They have to find somewhere to hang out because they're already out, or they kind of get tired and they don't, they just don't really know what to do in that in between time. I think most of your guests would appreciate it if you kept the times closer together in your schedule. Number 11 would be a photo booth. Photo booth is a huge hit at a wedding. Something that the guests can have fun doing, and it's not every day that you get to play with a photo booth. So guests really love it. And it's always like there's always a full lineup, and you just do silly poses, and you can, it's just something nice that they can take home with them. And for our wedding favors, we did picture frames. So it was 4x6 picture frames. So they could put their photo booth photo into that picture frame. So I would recommend having a photo booth just to have some activities going, right? Number 12, we also did a candy bar. The candy bar was a huge hit as well. I think so. We opened the candy bar around 6 p.m. and I think we were out of candy by 7:30 to 8 p.m., which is fine because we put the candy bar really close to the kids' table, which was probably a bad idea, but that's okay. But a lot of people got to enjoy the candy bar, and with the candy bar, like, it's another activity for your guests to do, so that was fun. Number 13 is the wedding cake. You don't always have to go the traditional route. You don't always need like 3-tier with fondant and like extravagant weddings. Like right nowadays you just can get like like a 5-tier cake stand, and you could do little cupcakes and only have a cake topper on the top, right? Because to be realistic, I don't really recall if when I went to a wedding, I really ate the wedding cake, right? So it's like you can really play around with the wedding cake. So what my husband and I did, we did like, and there's also like donut cakes, right? So I was inspired by that on Pinterest, was the donut cake. But instead of donuts, I decided to put barbecue pork buns and stack them. And that was a huge hit because at the end, there was no more left. Everything was gone. I didn't have any leftover buns left because everybody just took them, and it was good, and they were like savory, and I don't know, Chinese people just really like barbecue pork buns. Number 14 would be your first dance song. With the first dance song, you don't need to have just one song. You can have it whatever you want. We had 3 songs that we really liked. And my husband, he mixed it, so he would cut parts from 3 different songs and then mix it into one big song that was 3 minutes long. So the first section, we had Close to You by Carpenters. That was the slow song. And then the second song, we mixed in a Chinese song by Jackie Chang, because our parents really like Chinese songs, and I really like Chinese songs as well. And then the last song, we mixed in Cascade Eyes. That was between like my husband and I, we really like dance songs, so we thought, what better way to fit that in? So those are my 14 wedding planning tips for you. And at the end, just enjoy the process, and you really can make the day to whatever you like down to the the cake style, your dance song. Like, you don't always have to go the traditional route. It's a day to celebrate your love between each other, and yeah, and that's what it should be about, right? Yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you got some tips from my wedding planning experience, and hopefully it will help you plan your wedding. And congratulations again. Thank you for watching our video. Bye-bye. Hi, it's me again. So I wanted to, before I close off the video, I really wanted to add number 15, and it would be about an open bar. So at our wedding, we were budgeting for 500 people, but we had 420 people, but we bought alcohol that was for 500 people, and we really wanted to do an open bar. We ended up doing a loony bar instead, and that was a very, very good idea, because with open bar we thought you know, people would just be like, oh, it's free, and they're just gonna get drinks and then don't finish them and just place them all over the table, and you know, you just forget. But if you actually pay a loony for it, it's not much, it's $1, then it would make that person feel like, oh, I paid some value to have this drink. I'm gonna hold on to it and finish it and then get more. And like, nobody was angry that we had, you know, it was a loony bar. I think everybody loved the idea, because even I've never been to a wedding myself that had a loony bar. If, you know, you guys wanted to provide a open bar, you can think about having a loony bar, right? And you can make some money off it from there too, right? And we ended up selling all our alcohol, and yeah, it was all sold out. And yeah, I just wanted to add that in there. But also, again, this is my own experience planning our own wedding, and of course everybody's budgets are different, and so yeah, good luck. Thank you. Bye bye.